As America prepares to celebrate 250 years, most of the conversation is happening in places like Boston, Plymouth, Philadelphia, Washington, D.C. But what if part of the American story is happening somewhere most people aren't even looking? Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Chronicles and Cocktails. I'm Josue, the spirited historian, and today we're going to be talking about the oldest streets, not only in Puerto Rico, but also in the United States of America. In 2026, the United States of America marks 250 years since 1776, a milestone built around independence, revolution, and the birth of a nation. And naturally, the spotlight turns to the East Coast, where that story unfolded: Boston, New York, Philadelphia, Alexandria. These places are seen as the foundation of America, but they're not the beginning of the story. Because long before 1776, long before the colonies, there was already a city in the Caribbean, fully built, fully functioning, connected to the world. San Juan, founded in 1521. By the time Plymouth Rock becomes a symbol, San Juan had already existed for nearly a century. And this is where it became real. Because history isn't something you visit, it's something you walk through. These streets aren't preserved for tourists. They're alive. People live here, work here, build their lives here, on streets that predate the United States itself. But to really understand these streets, you have to walk them. Because each one tells a different part of the story. Calle Fortaleza is one of the most important streets in Old San Juan. It leads directly to La Fortaleza, the oldest executive mansion still in use today in all of the Americas. This street has seen governors, soldiers, merchants. And today, it's filled with people, music, and life. And still, it's used by our governor. This is what makes San Juan different. In places like Boston or Alexandria, history is preserved. But here, it's still being lived.
We are at the famous Calle San Sebastian, and we are in San Juan, Puerto Rico.
Calle San Sebastian. Today, it's known for the nightlife, music, and celebration. And it's home to the famous Fiestas de la Calle San Sebastian, the largest cultural festival in Puerto Rico and one of the largest in the Caribbean. But this street, like the rest of the city, sits on top of centuries of history. This is where past and present collide. Not quietly, but loud, alive, and unapologetically Puerto Rican. Calle del Cristo is one of the most iconic and historic streets in the city. It leads to the Capilla del Cristo, built in the 18th century and tied to one of San Juan's most famous legends, a story of faith, fear, and survival. The kind of story that only exists in places this old. You don't just walk through history here. You feel it. And then, Caleta de San Juan, a quieter street, but one that leads directly to the Cathedral of San Juan Bautista, the oldest church in the United States of America and the second oldest in all of the Americas. This is where history slows down, where the noise fades, and the weight of time becomes undeniable. In cities like New York or D.C., history is layered. But here, it's deeper. 4 streets, 4 different experiences, all part of the same story. A story that began long before 1776 and continues today. And all of this is part of the United States. Let that sink in. These streets were designed for a different world, a world of ships, trade routes, and imperial defense. But they never stopped evolving. Even the ground tells a story. These blue cobblestones, adoquines, came from Europe, across the Atlantic, and became part of the foundation of this city. Think about that. Europe, the Atlantic, the Caribbean, all meeting right here under your feet. Alright, so for this episode, I wanted something old but simple, timeless, and foundational. So I came up with the 1521 Old Fashioned, 2 ounces Puerto Rican aged rum, sugar to taste, and bitters to taste. Because before 1776, there was already a foundation being built. So when we talk about America's oldest streets, We usually talk about Boston. We talk about Alexandria. We talk about New York. But rarely, if ever, do we talk about San Juan. Even though it's older. Even though it's still here. Even though it's part of the United States of America. So, as America celebrates 250 years, maybe the question isn't just what we celebrate, but what we include, because Puerto Rico isn't outside the American story. It's part of it, a different chapter written earlier in a different language, but still connected. History isn't just about where you look. It's about what you choose to see. So as America marks 250 years, should Puerto Rico be part of that story? Or do you think it's something separate? Let me know in the comments below. And if you like this content, subscribe to the channel. You can also support it by becoming a member. You can select different levels of memberships. And if you don't want to commit to that small amount every month, you can leave me a super thanks. So what do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Have you walked the streets of Old San Juan? Did you realize they were the oldest streets in all of the United States of America? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. So have a nice Sunday, have fun, get smart, read a lot of books, go to church, and salud.